Okay, one of the biggest questions that I've noticed from the fans after last night's episode is, where's Pam? Why isn't Pam at the hospital? I don't know. I do agree that her not being there doesn't make sense, but I look at it from the perspective of there is so much going on right now. I didn't even notice her absence. And I'm not saying she doesn't belong there. This is Karen's ride or die, and she's been by Karen's side longer than the other girls throughout, the latter half of her pregnancy, if not the entire thing. Because remember, for example, there was a 3-month time skip between season 6 and 7. During that time, Karen was busy trying to get her new salon ready to open. And she really didn't hang out with the girls as much because Andy, Danny, and Sabrina were all in their new relationships, with Jordan, Rich, and Tony. So more often than not, when they had sister meetups, Karen couldn't go. Or either due to work or because they were drinking and she couldn't. And then that's when Fatima would get the call to fill in the fourth spot. So it was really Pam who was by Karen's side more than the other girls. Not because she was, more loyal or more of a friend. It's just that life be lifing, if you will. So it does feel like a void is there when you really stop to think about it. But, and like I said, I'm not saying she doesn't belong there because she's been nurturing, she's been kind and whatnot when needed. I think Pam falls into the comedic sidekick territory like Maurice. And with her there, the comedic aspect isn't really the right fit for the tone of what's going on. But I'm not saying Pam couldn't play a more serious character because we know she'd be out there with Danny and Fatima ragging on any neglectful doctor or nurse until they got somebody who could actually help Karen. So I think it was just a creative choice not to have her there. I guess the blackout was a good excuse because it would kind of limit the amount of people who could show up given the traffic situation and whatnot. And not to mention, Pam never came up in conversation. It was, Fatima Karen telling Fatima, call my mama. And then it's like, yeah, I'll call Miss Lisa and I'll call Aaron and Zach. I'll call him. Yeah, I'll call him. Pam never came up in conversation. So, I don't know. I don't know if Pam will feel some kind of way about not being called. It's just that, yeah, when you think about it, yeah, Fatima didn't call Pam. Karen didn't ask for Pam. So, I guess it is what it is. I don't really know how to feel about it. As you can tell, I don't really know what the right or wrong writing decision would be. But maybe Pam will pop up at some point. We know she's in this season. We know she's in next season as well. So there you go. All right, folks. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Pam should be at the hospital? Do you think she should have gotten a call? Yeah, that's it. And I mean, even if you don't think her and Fatima are that close, remember they're still business partners, if you will. Well, at least on the legal side, because Fatima is, Hayden told her to take point on the Marie Willis investment. So Fatima does have links to Karen and Pam. So there's that. But I guess Pam just wasn't top priority there. It was really her mom, Karen's baby daddies, and her girls. Oh, well.